beautiful little unicorns, and welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. If you're new to my channel, I'm Vanessa Somuayina, and welcome to the fam. So today's tarot card reading is going to be all about the messages from your person. So this is for singles. This is for all you single gals, single men, single unicorns out there who want to know exactly what their soulmate, their twin flame, is thinking and what messages that they have for them. So in order to help you figure out exactly what messages are here from your person, I have prepared 6 groups today, and I would like you to pick 1 or 2 of these groups intuitively. It really depends on how many of these crystals you feel drawn towards. So pick whichever crystals that resonate with you, and then allow yourself to go down into the description box in order to click the corresponding timestamps for your group or groups, depending on how many you want to tune into. So the 6 crystals that I have prepared for you today are as follows. We have the Amethyst, we have the Pyrite, we have the Celestine, we have the Rose Quartz, we have the Clear Quartz, as well as the Howlite. But as already mentioned, the timestamps to all of these groups can be found in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section by myself. So if you need a minute just to meditate on the 6 groups, feel free to pause the video right here in order to do so. But otherwise, I'm going to get into the readings about the love messages from your person. And I will be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Amethyst, and to all of my other beautiful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Amethyst, group number 1, which is just such a gorgeous mineral. It is also a mineral that helps you kind of connect more with your psychic abilities and just opens up your 3rd eye chakra. So this is an excellent choice for all of you who feel very much connected to this world that is hidden, to this amazing spiritual kind of world that we cannot see. But let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what messages are coming from your person. So first and foremost, we have adventures. So your person is keen on going on adventures with you, but they're also keen on adventures right now, okay? Adventures that they want to go on themselves. So your person is most likely well-traveled, and traveling is something that they want to do with you. Traveling is something that they see kind of in their future in the cards with you, and something that they want to speak to you about. Then we have patience. So your person definitely knows that it may still take a little bit of time for you two to come to the point where you can travel and adventure together. So this may be for reasons of not meeting each other until, you know, the point where you're both ready, as we do have patience here. But you may also just have to be patient in order to get your finances and your education to a place, whichever one it is, that will then allow you to travel together and to see the world together. So have a little bit of patience with your person. Then we have purity as well as potential. So one thing that I can see here is potential. In potential is just the fact that your person has a lot in store, in stock for themselves. They have big expectations when it comes to their achievements, when it comes to the things that they would like to accomplish for themselves in their life, and they're willing to be patient, they're willing to wait. And the same also goes when it comes to your connection with them. They're not the kind of person who likes to rush into a relationship. They would way rather wait until they have a pure connection, a connection that is really like a soulmate connection, one that they can feel at the core of their being is meant to be. And that is where we have purity. So your person is trying to communicate with you that they have not had a lot of romantic partners, okay? They have not been with a lot of people, and they appreciate that kind of quality in a partner as well, okay? To some extent, this kind of feeling of purity, even though, of course, the amount of partners that you have been with does not decide over how pure you are or how valuable you are. I mean, just do the simple math. If you're in a relationship, that doesn't make you any purer or any less experienced than if you've been with 10 people in the same time frame, but not for as long as you're in a relationship. You know, like being in a relationship is often valued at a different kind of level than being single and seeing people. But one thing that I can see here is that that shouldn't be a deterrent for you, okay? That shouldn't make you feel just because they are very inexperienced that there is this big pressure. They just want somebody that they have an authentic connection with, and of course they would prefer if you were open with them about what you've been through in your relationships and what you struggled with. But let's move a little bit further into your reading to figure out what else is going on for your love life, group number 1. So we have reliable as well as release. So one thing that I can see here is that reliability is very important to your person, group number 1. If they can't rely on you, if they can't count on you, they're really not into it. I see that that will just lead to a quick release. They want somebody who they can count on. They want to be with somebody who is an earth sign or has those earth sign traits that are very much dependable, that allow you to know that you're in a safe space, okay? And I want you to know in release that breakups with your person are very challenging. They can be a little bit messy, okay, because they will just say it like it is. And if somebody is not reliable or cheats on them or just shows them that their love isn't valued or they're not respected, they make a quick exit, even if that exit is messy. But this is not something that you have to worry about, as you know, your person is your person, so you're meant to be with one another. But those are just some experiences that they have been with. So we have a card that just popped right out for you, which is well-being. So one thing that I can see here in regards to your person and the messages that they're trying to send to you is that you have to focus on your well-being, okay? Right now, you haven't really been like looking after yourself the way they want you to look after yourself. And now, group number 1, don't take that in the sense of them judging you or in the sense of them trying to tell you what to look like, trying to tell you, you know, how to make yourself appear physically. That is not it. In well-being, I want you to know that taking care of yourself just has so much more than a physical impact. Taking care of yourself really makes you remind yourself of how valuable you are, how worthy you are, and just shows your soul, your body, your spirit, like, hey, I am worthy enough to put on this face mask. I'm worthy enough to take a long bath or to reward myself with things that make me feel better, that increase my well-being. Then we have replenish. So they feel as though you're at a spot where you have to replenish your energies, where you have to take care of yourself. So if you've kind of been slouching, and that could also be because of the current economic situation. So I'm not judging group number 1, okay? I'm sitting here in my pajamas right now. You can't see it, but it's happening. So I'm not judging, but your person wants to send you the message to not allow it to go too far, because, you know, when you're starting to just increase the radius at which you feel comfortable just walking around in your PJs, and it's not just a mailbox, but now it's actually the grocery store, group number 1, we have a problem. And that is where you just kind of need to replenish your strength, as well as remind yourself, you know, that putting yourself together is a little bit of extra work, but it can go a long way psychologically and just in your mental and emotional well-being. Then we have the 9 of Voices as well as the 4 of Voices. So in the 9 of Voices, I can see that your person is going through a time of nightmares, of fears. In the 4 of Voices, I see here that it always appears when they're meant to rest. It always appears when they're supposed to have, you know, sleep that is relaxing, sleep that makes them feel kind of like in a state of replenishing their energies. And I see here in the 9 of Voices that instead of that, they keep having reoccurring nightmares and they don't know what to do about it. And in the 4 of Voices, I definitely see that they crave you. They crave being with you. They crave having you around. And just overall, you know, we have these rose petals in this bath. So group number 1, if you made it to this point of your reading, leave the roses down below in the comment section. You know, that dead rose that still looks so beautiful, that emoji. If you know what I mean, leave that down below in the comment section. Also as a token of good luck for your love life. So as I said, they would appreciate having you near right now. They are craving having the one, having their soulmate around them to help them out and to make them feel a little better about these nightmares, to help them through it. Then we have the Knight of Materials as well as the Queen of Emotions. So this leads me to have like this feeling, this indication that your soulmate, the person that you're supposed to be with, I can see here in the Knight of Materials that they're somebody who has very young and fun energy when it comes to their job, when it comes to the earthly realms. They're always here for new ideas, for innovation, for trying new ways to make money, be more efficient, create more time. In the Queen of Emotions, however, they are not just all work, okay? They are also about being in an emotionally stable place with you, being in a place where you both feel like taken care of, or you both feel respected, and you both feel like you have somebody who you can always count on. So that's very important to them. That is one thing that I can see in correlation to the Queen of Emotions. Then we have the Five of Voices as well as the Five of Emotions. So let me first get into the Five of Emotions that we have here. In the Five of Emotions, I see that it's kind of like a bittersweet situation. Your person can feel your existence. They can feel that you're meant to be with one another. I can see here in the Five of Voices that they're very conflicted as to, you know, whether they're supposed to communicate this to somebody or keep this to themselves. They're a little bit afraid of speaking to their friends and family about you because it seems weird, because you are not in one another's lives yet. And that is where I see in the Five of Emotions this kind of like longing feeling to be with you, this longing feeling to have you in their life and not feel so alone anymore, not feel like they have to go through these nightmares, these lonely nights all by themselves. So there's definitely a lot of emotions of just longing for you, a lot of emotions of wanting to finally be with one another, but you just need to allow a little bit of time for the economic and just global situation to calm down, as I can see here that within your reading, you know, you are meant to still be apart for a little bit, but they want you to take care of yourself. They want you to be in a healthy place and to just kind of like live life until you're meant to be together, until you forge that connection with one another, that physical connection, and then you'll be ready to go on joint adventures. You'll be ready to see the world with one another. So group number one, this is the reading that I received for you. These are the current messages from the person that you're meant to be with, from your person. So I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you found it insightful. If you're new to my channel and you did enjoy it, do not forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss out on another reading. And I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your singles love reading about the messages from your person. So you chose the Pyrite group number two, and I want to move straight into your reading to figure out exactly what messages we have from your person. So we have purification. So one thing that I can see here in purification is just the fact that they're just getting out of an emotional connection with somebody else, someone who isn't their soulmate, who isn't their twin flame. You know, this is your person. This is somebody that you have a deep and real connection with. So they're just coming out of a connection with somebody else. It may still be kind of messy. They may still be talking to that person, but overall they're just going through a stage of ridding themselves of old energies that were around with somebody else that they were seeing. So it seems like they're kind of in preparation for a phase where there's a possibility for the two of you to be together, to be with one another. Then we have thriving as well as security. So one thing that I can see in thriving is just the fact that your person is moving into a stage where they feel like they're thriving, where they feel like they finally just have renewed their energy to the point where they are ready to find you. They're ready to be in a committed place with you. So your person is just really getting their security back. I see that their past relationships made them feel a little bit insecure, a little bit out of place, and they were just not on the same wavelengths with the person that they were with before. They couldn't talk about spirituality, they couldn't talk about deep subjects, and also did not have those conversations about what happens if somebody is not loyal, what happens if you're emotionally attached to another person. So the transparency was just not there, but without who they were with before. Without some of these people in their life, they are thriving and they're just in a better spot overall. So this is kind of in preparation, as we have the moon here, okay, a full moon. This is kind of in preparation of just completely shedding old skeletons and just people who they used to see in a romantic way. Wow, we have new beginnings as well as flow. So this is, of course, not a coincidence that we have new beginnings here, which is exactly what we were speaking about in correlation to your person. So they're coming into a phase where they're being given a new beginning romantically. They're being given a new beginning when it comes to their love life, and also this could be a chance for you to be in this person's life. This could be a chance for you to be romantically active. In flow, one thing that I can see is that things are just moving seemingly a lot better for them, and this is something that scares them a little bit. They don't want to give up the security that they currently are receiving and getting now that they're single, now that they're letting go of people who don't serve them spiritually or mentally, and they never want to be in an abusive relationship again, or just a relationship that is kind of stifling, okay, that is not allowing them to grow or to be themselves. So that is one thing that they're worried about, and that is one thing that they want to avoid at all costs. But let's move a little further into reading with my oracle deck. So we have compassion. Okay, this person is big on compassion. They're big on humanitarian causes. They most likely, you know, help people who are in need, or at least are encouraged to help different institutions that do so. So donating money is not something new to them. Helping out at a local shelter, or just donating clothes, old things that they don't need, to people either that they know who are in need, or just, you know, random people, strangers. But to them, they're all about empathy, compassion, and feeling this collective consciousness, this collective feeling of not making a difference between who they are and who somebody else is, but just knowing that if everybody is doing well in the world, then they are doing well. If only they feel like they're doing well, that doesn't really matter to them as much as making the people around them feel safe and making as many people in this world comfortable as they possibly can. Then we have reawaken. So one thing that I can see here in reawaken is that this is kind of like a really bumpy ride. So your person has been through a lot. Your person has been in love in many situations that they would now just try to avoid like the plague, okay? And they're just moving into a space where they want to give things a fresh shot with somebody that they usually would not date. So this person that they usually not date, that could of course be you. Either way, I see here in reawaken that they're just putting their standards on another level. They're starting to realize that, hey, this person that I've been seeing is not the type of person for me. I have to expand my kind of, how should I say, I have to expand my palette when it comes to love, because who I'm currently seeing is maybe too shallow for me, or just doesn't have the same interests. So they have never been with somebody who is into the types of things that you're into. And that is where they feel this reawakening. That is where they feel almost like this rebirth. When they meet you, they're like, wow, so like these types of people are really out there, people who understand me on a deeper level. So that's going to be a really pleasant surprise for them. Then we have the 4 of materials as well as the 10 of materials. So they're in a very funny spot when it comes to their career. Okay, so I see here that part of the messages from your person is just the fact that they are very much just craving financial independence and getting themselves into a place where they are financially secure. But right now, they just don't have it like that, okay? Right now, they're still struggling. They're still kind of holding on to making sure they're not overspending, which can make them seem a little bit stingy at the point of their life that they're in right now. But as I said, in the 10 of materials, this is all for a good cause. They're most likely trying to invest in a business, trying to invest in real estate for the long run, so that they never have to be in this 4 of materials clingy situation ever again when it comes to their finances, when it comes to time and money. So they know what they're doing with that. So we have Temperance as well as the Chariot. Okay, so this is an interesting one. In Temperance, I see here that they're trying to keep themselves in a sane place. They're trying to keep themselves on the right track. So cutting down on alcohol, cigarettes, you know, maybe caffeine, whatever it is that is like a substance that influences how productive they are. That is where I see them cutting back, and your person is just kind of trying to communicate to you that you have to do the same. You have to move in this direction because it's healthier and it's better for you. So especially now during this economic situation, this economic crisis, it can be hard to stay on track and it can be hard to remain healthy, but just allowing yourself to pick up other healthy habits can help you to remain healthy in an easier way. So by that, I mean, for instance, picking up doing yoga. And for me personally, after I've done some yoga, I always feel like nourishing my body with something healthy, with some fruit, because I don't want to undo the wellness work that I literally just did. So allow yourself to bring little healthy practices into your life that will have this domino effect of just creating more healthy habits and practices. So your person is really wanting you to be in a physically and mentally healthier place. If you've made it to this point of the reading, group number 2, leave a little sunflower emoji down below in the comment section. If you don't have that emoji, just write sunflower in all caps. So yeah, let's move a little further into your reading. We have the Queen of Materials as well as the Two of Emotions. So in the Two of Emotions, I see here that they're ready for this relationship. I see in the Queen of Materials that they're just kind of like wanting to get to the spot where they are the nurturer, where they are the one who also kind of like pays for things financially, group number 2. And in the Two of Emotions, I just see that, you know, they are all about the passion. They are all about the love. This person is a hopeless romantic, and they are hoping to find a hopeless romantic as well. So if you're not quite a hopeless romantic, just go along with it, okay? We'll make them really, really happy. And last but not least, we have adventures, okay? And you're meant to go on adventures together. I see in the Queen of Materials that they are currently building their financial portfolio up to the point where you can afford to see the world together once, you know, the world is taking on vacation bookings again. So you are meant to travel, you're meant to see different cultures, different places, different scenarios. You will most likely go to a lot of warm countries, a lot of beaches, a lot of tropical settings, and I just see here a feeling of freedom being with one another. So your person is very excited, your person is happy to finally be back on a path where they're thriving and where they can leave any type of negativity that they may have had from previous partners in the past. So group number 2, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home, and also if this is the first time that you're on my channel, do not forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it to make sure that you never miss another one of these readings which will be relevant to your life. So group number 2, wherever you are, I wish you an amazing day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number 3 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Celestine group number 3, which is just such a gorgeous mineral. Nice choice. So I want to move straight into your reading to figure out exactly what messages that we have from your person, shall we? So we have forgiveness. Group number 3, your person needs you to move on from any kind of hard feelings that you may have about yourself, about love. They don't want you to hold any grudges anymore. They don't want you to be in a situation where you feel as though love is not worthy of your time, or you feel like love is just a difficult subject, okay? Don't give up on love. Your person wants you to forgive anybody and everybody who has wronged you, even if it is a parent, even if it is just somebody that you had platonic love for. Forgive and allow yourself to not feel like that needs to happen again or you're doomed when it comes to love. That is not true, group number 3, and your person wants you to know that. Then we have potential. So this is no coincidence, group number 3, and there's a reason why you tuned into this reading. So So in potential, I see here that your person wants to communicate to you that you have far more potential romantically than you had ever expected. So while you may feel like a potato, while you may feel kind of like you're not that attractive, you are. And the thing is, like, you need to believe it in order to feel it. Like, your person can tell you as much as they want how attractive you are and just how valuable you are in love, but you're not going to believe it unless you feel it, unless that is how you feel about yourself. So one thing that I can see here in miracles is, like, right now you may feel so far removed from feeling like, you know, somebody who has a lot of admirers and somebody who is very attractive, but I definitely see a change coming. I definitely see things moving into a type of confidence that you did not expect for yourself. The type of confidence where you say to yourself, hey, like, I only have one life. I'm only going to be this young for this very moment, because I am aging day after day after day. Like, they're just like, each second I'm getting older, so I might as well just love myself in my current skin and enjoy this youth that I have right now. And with youth, I don't even mean that you have to be young. Even if you're in your 50s or 60s, like, you will never have this youth again, because you're only getting older, right? So always see the value in your physical body, in your biological body, and know that how you feel right now may end in an instance. It may change instantly. So enjoy your body for all of its stages and what it is. That is one message that is so important to your person. Then we have change, as well as action. So take action, take inspired action when it comes to changing your mindset about your body and yourself. Your person sees so much potential in you as long as you can forgive and be able to move on. And I mean authentically forgive, because so many of us say that we've forgiven, but then at the same time, when we think about, you know, the people who have wronged us, the people who have bullied us, the people who have ridiculed us, there's still emotions that come up from that. There's still some unfinished business there, if you will, and that is not truly forgiving. Truly forgiving is when those things do not have an emotional hold on you whatsoever anymore and do not affect you emotionally at all. So allow yourself to know that forgiveness is also not like a gift that you're giving to the person who did you wrong. You're not condemning their behavior. It's a gift that you give to yourself, because you're allowing yourself to move on. You're allowing yourself to be emotionally unattached and to not allow people to have a hold over your emotions and your life ever again. So give yourself that gift. We have the Ace of Voices as well as the Page of Emotions. So one thing that I can see in the Page of Emotions is that your person most likely has strong water sign placements, and they may exert some water sign behavior that you may feel like, oh, okay, this is a little bit childish. And I mean, like, for instance, always wanting a lot of attention from you, always wanting to be around you, just being very emotionally attached. And in the Ace of Voices, I can see that it's kind of hard for them to explain why they're doing it. It's hard for them to talk about it, but you will notice that your person just, like, always wants to be around you, always wants to be a part of everything that you're doing. So group number 3, if you've made it to this point in the reading, I want you to just leave a little fish emoji down below. Any fish will do, a shark will do as well. Okay, that's a fish too, just to let me know and as a little token of good luck. So we have the Devil as well as the Nine of Inspiration. So in the Devil, one thing that I can see here is that your person is kind of a little bit tempted right now when it comes to just being with other people, okay? So your person feels as though, oh, they want to make sure that they have kind of experienced romantic love in each and every way that they imagine to experience it before that they settle down. So they don't want to be in a relationship before they feel like they can be 100% committed. And group number 3, you may prefer that as well. I mean, I know that personally, I would rather somebody go through all their experiences before they know me than, you know, be with me and not be 100% sure whether they're satisfied or whether there's still something out there that they feel like they missed out on. So I definitely see here in the Devil that that is just like a kind of balancing act that they're dealing with right now. They're trying to figure out whether they're completely ready to be a part of your life yet and to be committed yet. Then we have the 7 of Voices as well as the 10 of Emotions. So right now for you, group number 3, I see that this person is not 100% ready. I see that in the 7 of Voices because they still have a little bit of a way to go. So they have a few more experiences to make, a few more experiences to be a part of before they can happily be settled and happily be in a relationship. But I can see here in the 10 of Emotions that they are in a good place and they wish for you to kind of just be chill, for you to just know that, you know, they just need to see things through with some loose ends in their romantic life in order for them to just be 100% sure that now they're ready, now they can settle down. So group number 3, I definitely don't want you to feel any way about this. You know, you may have had romantic experiences yourself that shaped who you are and also like allows you to appreciate what you have more, because once your person has kind of finished their romantic exploration, they will be able to appreciate you and know what they have in you so much more than if they would have just been with you right from the beginning. Then we have forward movement. So there's a lot happening here with your person. There's a lot of movement happening in their love life. You guys are definitely like kind of coming towards each other quicker and quicker. Then we have transform, as I can see here that both your lives are transforming, and some of the messages from your person really have to do with them just wanting you to live your best life, wanting you to have the best time possible, because there will be more than enough time to spend with one another. They don't feel as though time is a scarce thing or time is something that you don't have enough of. They're a very optimistic person and they want to kind of calm your anxiety on not having enough time with your person or not having enough time with your twin flame in life, and just let you know like, hey, we're gonna have more than enough time with one another. Let's just enjoy this exciting phase of being single, this exciting phase of, you know, still having a single identity, still having a part of our lives where we have stories and experiences to tell one another that were, you know, separately made, where we can really discover who we are romantically, what we like, and appreciate each other even more because we know what's out there and we know that the grass is not greener on the other side. Then we have breathe. So your person just kind of wants you to heal anxiety, to deal with anxiety. So obviously your person is not here right now to help you with this, but they definitely just want to send you vibrations of relaxation. They just want you to be in a place where you don't feel so short of breath. So even like just picking a card for this reading, you may have felt very nervous, very anxious. You don't want to make the wrong choice. And they just kind of want you to be able to enjoy life a little bit more and not be so anxious. So then we have the Muse of Voices. So just taking on, you know, your full power, taking your full power back is what your person wants you to do. If you're, for instance, a child of a narcissistic parent, or you've just experienced other childhood trauma, that can shape you into being a very anxious young adult, or, you know, proper adult, if I can say it that way. Just an anxious person overall throughout life, and it's important for you to take your power back, and that is what your person is trying to illuminate and highlight for you. Then we have the Muse of Materials as well as the Page of Materials. So one thing that I can see here in the Muse of Materials is just the fact that your person is really like at an all-time high in their career. They're in an amazing spot where people look up to them. They are kind of like in the director or power position, the position of being the boss. And in the Page of Materials, I see here that they're looking to try the next thing. So while they are the boss, they're not the kind of person who is just like hungry for success. Well, they are hungry for success, but not just monetary success. They are hungry for spiritual success. They're hungry to make their soul feel good, but they're not the type who just wants power. They're not power hungry, and they will never kind of abuse their power, is what I see here in the Muse of Materials in correlation to the Page of Materials. They're now already looking for the next project where they can start at zero and build up. They're really like a builder, and they like to challenge themselves and see what they can do in the earthly realm, see what they can accomplish with their finances, and this just ties in so beautifully. We have the Ace of Materials right here, group number 3, and the Ace of Materials is all about new financial beginnings as well as just starting new entrepreneurial ventures. And as I said, they have built a successful venture. They have been successful in what they have done in their career so far, but now they're looking to start over, and now they're looking for the next challenge. So finances is really like a game to them, which leads me to see that they're in a space where they're not concerned about their finances. They're in a space where they feel safe financially to the point where they can make these decisions to start new businesses, to try new ventures, and still not have this crippling anxiety, if you know what I mean. So there's a lot that they can do here. There's a lot of transformation going on in their life, and they're enjoying it. They're having a good time, and they want you to do the same, and they're excited for when your paths are meant to cross in a romantic way. So group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel and you liked it, you found it insightful, leave a little comment down below, as well as subscribe to my channel. That greatly helps me get my video out there to everybody who needs it. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you don't deny anybody of this information that you enjoyed. So group number 3, I wish you an amazing and fabulous day or night wherever you reside in this world, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rose Quartz group number 4, which is just such a gorgeous crystal, such a gorgeous mineral. Make sure that you keep one of these in your home. I definitely feel like this is the go-to for everybody. It is the stone of love, the stone of friendship, real friendships, and just overall amazing relationships. So nice choice group number 4. Let's move into your reading to figure out what messages that your person has for you. So your person wants you first and foremost to start taking more risks. Group number 4, are you a scaredy cat? Are you a worrywart? Are you somebody who has crippling anxiety to the point where maybe it's even turned into agoraphobia and you cannot even leave your house without feeling very, very anxious? So your person, and your person is maybe not a medical practitioner, so you do not have to take this 100% to heart depending on how bad your anxiety is or how indecisive that you are, but they want you to take more risks. They feel as though you need to come to the edge and just jump and allow yourself to fly just like this eagle, because you will be able to fly. You will be able to make that move that you maybe did not expect yourself to be able to make. So they definitely see a lot of potential in you. They definitely feel like you have a lot more potential than you ever expected or ever knew. Then we have miracles. So they want you to take risks and watch miracles happen. Your person truly wants your success. Your person wants your utmost biggest amount of happiness for you, and they can see here that if you just take the risk, if you just allow yourself to try it, there will be amazing results that come out of this situation. Then we have delight, so fun as well. So if you've been thinking of, for instance, starting a business venture, starting something that, yes, it would be a risk, allow yourself to know that the whole process is going to be fun for you. The whole process is going to put you in a place where you feel like you're keeping yourself on your toes, okay? You're creating and you're just allowing yourself to truly live life. Of course, living life is all about the people who you share time with, but it's also about what you allow yourself to create, what risks you allow yourself to take. Because at the end of the day, when you're telling stories, it's always so fascinating to hear stories of people who really took a risk against the odds, just knowing that they were meant for something, or just having that belief that they could do it and then succeeding. So allow yourself to be one of those people. Then we have reawaken. So group number 4 in reawaken, one thing that I can see here is that your person feels as though you've been slumbering, and it could also be like slumbering in the romantic realms. Maybe they feel like you've been single for long enough and they kind of want you to wake up. They kind of want you to realize just how worthy you are and how much of a queen, a king, like a unicorn that you are, how much of desirability really resides within you, okay? How desirable that you truly are to this society. So it may feel like with current events or situations in this world, like, you know, you shouldn't feel good about yourself, or like you're not that desirable, you're not that wanted. But I can see here that your person wants you to kind of snap that out of your head and remind yourself of who you truly are. Make yourself proud with the thoughts that you think, with the thoughts that you harbor in your head. Don't harbor any kind of thoughts of not feeling good enough or just having these self-limiting beliefs. Your person feels as though that is definitely part of why you may struggle to take risks and why you may struggle to attract the miracles into your life that you deserve, that a lot of people are just snatching out of thin air without even having any credentials, without even putting any work in. And look at you here with all your credentials, with a good head on your shoulders, and you're like afraid to take a little risk. You're afraid to like grab the miracles that are right before you. So keep that in mind and allow yourself to listen to this person, okay? Your person only wants the utmost success for you. Then we have control, as well as self-love. So your person is trying to communicate to you that at the end of the day, you have full control over your self-love, okay? Self-love is something that you cultivate. Self-love is a gift that you give to yourself, but it's also something that you can withhold. It's also something that you can decide not to give to yourself if you're in a bad place. So know that self-love is something that you give to yourself when it's genuine, when you really truly do love yourself, but you can withhold it if you harbor any kind of negative feelings towards who you are or where you're at in life, because a lot of us don't feel bad about ourselves just by default. We just feel bad about our accomplishments, or should I say what we have not yet accomplished. And trust me, I totally get you. I totally feel you. It can be hard sometimes to look around and to feel like you have not accomplished the things that you set your mind out to do. But when you feel and think that way, like you are literally just causing procrastination. You're literally just scaring yourself to not taking any more risks because you feel like you've already spent so much time not accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish. Like, oh my God, you cannot even spend an extra second doing something that, you know, may involve innovation, may kind of not be the conventional path to getting there. And sometimes innovation can get you to where you want to be so much quicker in life. But as I said, when you're so stifled by fear, when you feel so like there's not enough time, you sometimes just want to play it safe, or your mind is just basically like making you play it safe. Then we have alternative. So your person wants to talk to you about like who you really are. Okay, group number 4, who you really are is somebody who is truly different, is somebody who is eclectic, somebody who may not like physically stand out, but mentally you are wired in a very different way. And in alternative, your person wants you to express that. Your person wants you to enjoy that, because there are a lot of people who are not as fun, not as loving, not as open-minded, not as empathetic. And furthermore, sorry, my voice is a little raspy. Furthermore, your person feels as though this alternative streak in you is something that you have not brought to light enough, so you may be a little bit scared. If you've been feeling like you had these psychic abilities, just as an example, it can be hard to tell people because it's like, I mean, it can be difficult. And I know this from my own experience. When you have people who don't believe in the fact that there is a sixth sense, they don't believe in the fact that, you know, there's just like another connection out there, how certain things cannot be coincidences anymore, especially synchronicities. You can feel ridiculed, you can feel embarrassed, you can feel ashamed. So I see here that your person wants you to express that, and your person loves that about you just because they are the same. They don't care about what other people think, and they don't care about being different and maybe eclectic. Then we have the 2 of materials. So your person is kind of balancing right now what they're passionate about as well as their career. It's not quite 100% fully aligned, so they may be in a job that they don't really like, or they may be working in a company that they wouldn't work for if the paycheck wasn't so great. So they're just kind of trying to keep their integrity in a good place while still being in a position where they're maybe not 100% satisfied with where they're working and what their job is. So in the 7 of materials, I see that they're working hard desire to create a different and alternative reality for themselves, and they want to encourage you to do the same if you're not 100% happy with where you're at financially or in your job. You know, maybe you just started to change, which is normal, you know, evolution, it's a thing. And you started to just notice, like, I don't really resonate with brands that aren't eco-friendly. I don't resonate with brands who don't care about humanitarian causes. And you're like, oh wait, right, I work for a brand like that. And that may make you want to kind of like change and go down a more alternative path. And at the same time, you know, alternative things are becoming more and more the norm, so don't feel like an outcast because of that. Then we have the Knight of Materials. So the Knight of Materials is an indication of who your person is. If you didn't know who your person was, I want you to know that in the Knight of Materials, we have somebody who's very much connected to earth signs, who may be an earth sign themselves, okay? And another thing that I see in the Knight of Materials is that they're very driven to have the finer things in life, which may be why they're kind of putting up with this discrepancy in their integrity. Just because, yes, okay, they're working in a place that they don't love, but at the same time, they still want to enjoy things in life that cost money. They're not the kind of person that will just let their job go and then live in financial instability. They would rather find a way to fix it and then kind of have this seamless transition from like quitting a job they don't like and then going into the next place where they will be able to make money. Okay, so we have a few cards that just popped right out of your reading, and we definitely need to speak about these. We have the Queen of Emotions as well as the Hermit. So one thing that I can see in the Hermit is just the fact that they're a loner. They like to spend time alone, but when it comes to their partner, I see here in the Queen of Emotions, they're all about that. So if you usually just like to stay at home, group number 4, know that this person is going to love to just stay in with you, do some fries, pizza, Netflix, and chill. So if you made it to this point of your reading, group number 4, leave a little fries emoji down below in the comment section in order to let me know, and as a token of good luck when it comes to your love life. So then we have the Three of Emotions, as well as the Emperor and the Ace of Emotions. So one thing that I can see here in the Three of Emotions is that what they just really want is to make quality memories with the people that they love. In correlation to the Emperor, know that this person is a planner. Know that this person likes to take the lead. So if you like somebody who is a little bit authoritative, okay, who has kind of like daddy vibes, allow yourself to just like look forward to your person, look forward to meeting them, to having them in your life. I can see here in the Ace of Emotions that they're going to bring feelings to you that you have never felt, feelings that you have only heard of, and it's just like a really new and fresh, exciting experience. That is one thing that I see here coming for you in correlation to this person. So group number 4, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it insightful. If you're completely new to my channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button down here. Also, don't forget to leave a comment about what hit home for you. And wherever you are in this world, group number 4, I just wish you an amazing day, an amazing night, and I'll see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 5, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Clear Quartz group number 5, which is a stone that helps you clear out any unwanted energies. So that may be exactly what you need right now, especially if you have some energy vampires around you. But I want to move into your reading to figure out exactly what your person has to say to you. First and foremost, we have community. So your person wants you to engage in, you know, just being a part of the community around you. Your person wants you to engage in being happy with other people. So if you're kind of a hermit, if you're kind of like more of a reclusive type of person, know that one of the messages from your person is to just have fun and to enjoy yourself, and also that they are closer by than you may have expected, okay? That you may find them in your community sooner rather than later, because they're either taking a trip to your area or, you know, they actually live in your community, and that's where you're going to find them and connect with them romantically. Then we have change. So your person has messages about change for you, has messages about how you see the world. So right now, of course, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, a lot of positive craziness, a lot of challenging craziness. But one thing that I can see here is that your person is all about that good change, where you feel as though you're really flourishing and you feel as though you're more accepted in society and in the community. Furthermore, in miracles, your person is trying to communicate to you you that you have to look out right now for synchronicities, because there's a lot of change happening, and then in these times of change it can be really easy to kind of like look over things that are happening in a way of synchronicities. For instance, seeing a white dove over and over again, or seeing the same numbers on number plates on cars when you're driving to work or driving to your mom's house, your friend's house, and just like thinking that there's something there, but not allowing yourself to really see through what is actually going on. And your person wants you to look into that because they are indications of where your miracles lie and also how close you are to your miracles. So listen to those synchronicities, listen to the reoccurring patterns, as they will lead you down the right path. We have action as well as flow. So one thing that I can see here in action is just the fact that your person wants you to take action. Your person wants you to make the first move in your career as well as in your love life. I see here in flow that they feel as though like how things can really flow well is if they know that you're interested in them as well. So your person is somebody who needs you to vocalize that you're attracted to them, that you care about them. They're the kind of person who needs a lot of love. So if you like attention in relationships, know that this person is perfect for you, and know that they also kind of like want you to be the one to initiate physical closeness. They want you to be the one to initiate just gestures of love and so on, because they have to feel safe. That is one message that I get here from your person. Then we have the 8 of materials as well as the 6 of inspiration. So in the 8 of materials, one thing that I can see is that your person has a lot going on right now, and they're trying to communicate to you like, be a little bit patient and please focus on the people in your life who need you the most right now. Your person is more concerned about your family, your friends, the people who are struggling in the current situation, who have maybe been let off or are just struggling overall mentally with what is going on in the world. And because they are kind of putting a lot of time, effort, energy, and money into the people around them, into the causes, into just kind of like supporting justice, they want you right now to do the same. That is one thing that I see in the 6 of inspiration. Right now is not the best time for your romantic love to merge, to come to a point of being together. Right now, your romantic love is kind of needing to take a back seat. That is one of the messages from them, because they see that there are other people who need you more. So they're a very like unselfish person. Then we have the muse of inspiration. So your person is very romantic. They are a hopeless romantic, and they like to get physical, group number 5. So if you like being physical, this is the perfect match for you. Furthermore, in the muse of inspiration, I want you to know that your person is older than you. Okay, they are biologically older, but when it comes to where they're at with their personality, they may still be a little goofy. Okay, they may still be a little naive with certain things with love, but let's figure out exactly what's going on and what messages that they have. So in the 7 of emotions, I just see that it's been hard for them to really pick and choose, and that's not because for instance they have so many people to choose from in love. It's just more that they want to give the right person a chance, and it makes them very nervous just thinking about you, being around you, just having your energy in their vicinity. I see here in the 7 of emotions that they're a little bit afraid that they will kind of mess things up with you. So they're thinking, oh, should I go with somebody who is easier, somebody who has less expectations, somebody who would be less disappointed if I let them down? But in the Ace of Materials, I see that this may also have to do with the fact that they're embarking on a new journey with their career, and things are just a little bit in an uncertain place, and they don't want to be that person that seems to be leeching off their partner, or seems to not have like their own, or just overall not be in a good financial place. That is one thing that worries them. That is one thing where with the restructuring of their job and their career, they're trying to avoid that at all costs. Then we have the Page of Materials as well as the Queen of Materials. So they're really just trying to get back to a point of authority in the job. That is one thing that I can see in the Queen of Materials. They're kind of struggling, coming to this place where they really are in the Page, and where they really are not in full control over their career and over their professional life. So that is making them nervous, and that is making them maybe even a little bit anxious to even get into a romantic situation or even give anybody a chance romantically because they don't want to spill all of this business, okay? This is very private stuff that they have here that they're most likely not even wanting you to know, okay? But we're still pulling it out in this reading. We're still going into it, group number 5. Then we have control, as well as reawaken. So one thing that I can see here is that your person is trying to kind of give you a wake-up call. Your person is trying to tell you like, hey, you have control over the amount of change in your life, and whether you use that change to your advantage, whether you use that change for good or not. So it's important for you to just awaken to the reality of the fact that yes, your personality does create your personal reality. That's a Joe Dispenza quote, by the way. So if you know Joe Dispenza, then you would know his theories. Well, Dr. Joe Dispenza, excuse me, you would know about all of the research that he has done on your mind actually creating your reality, your thought patterns, and you know, whether those are in a place where you're uplifting yourself or just kind of putting yourself down, that actually makes a physical difference in your life. And that is something that, you know, your person is trying to communicate to you. Then we have alternative right here. So in alternative, one thing that I can see is that your person is really trying to push you to not be afraid to do things the unconventional way and not be afraid to stand out as being alternative or being different. There's nothing wrong with being different. There's nothing wrong with being an expert in a field that some people don't know much about, because at the end of the day, like, that field exists because people are interested in it. And for example, if you're into tarot, if you're into astrology, allow yourself to venture into fields that are very open-minded and also still have space for you to embark upon. Don't be intimidated. Then we have respect, and last but not least, release. So this is an interesting one, group number 5. I can see here that your person has this message to you of releasing disrespectful people. So if in your love life you have allowed disrespect, group number 5, you have allowed people to undermine your feelings, undermine your value, your self-worth, and you just kind of like said like, oh, let me just let it go. Okay, that's not the kind of release that your person wants to encourage. Your person is very clearly talking about you releasing those energies and those people from your life. And that is most likely also bringing us back to why you chose the clear quartz, group number 5. Okay, the clear quartz is all about cleansing out these energy vampires, these people who don't know how to respect you, okay, who don't know how to take no for an answer and accept your boundaries. And I can really see here that your person is trying to communicate that. Your person is trying to reinforce that attitude, okay? And just the fact that you value yourself to the point where you will release anybody who is lacking respect or expecting you to just kind of put your standards down to make them feel more comfortable. That's a big no-no, okay? And your person wants you to avoid any toxic relationships and situations because they're trying to make their way through to you, okay? And they don't want you to be in a toxic relationship where you feel unworthy by the time that they get to you. So group number 5, this is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section if you made it all the way until the end of this reading by leaving a little butterfly emoji down below and just allowing that to also be like a token of good luck. So group number 5, wherever you are in this world, I hope you're doing amazing and staying safe, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 6, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Howlite, group number 6, which is a stone that allows you to just have more mental clarity, okay, which may be exactly what your person wants for you. But let's move into your reading to figure out why you felt drawn to this group and also what your person is trying to communicate or what messages they have for you. So we have flexibility. Group number 6, have you been a little bit inflexible when it comes to love? And I don't mean putting your standards down. I would not want that for you. Your person would not want that for you. But have you been overlooking people? Have you been overlooking those who may appreciate you, care for you, cherish you more, and instead looked at a little bit more of the flashier kind of person, or a little bit more of the person that you just feel, you know, physically is more attractive to you? Group number 6, you have to be a little flexible. You have to know that sometimes you have to just look around and appreciate people who you may usually not notice, because more often than not, those people really do like fit our love lives a lot better than the people that we think fit our love lives the way we imagine. Okay, so most of the time, like the universe, your intuition really knows better than your common sense when it comes to love. So let's move a little further into your reading. We have diligence as well as security. So one thing that I can see here is that your person is somebody who is diligent. Your person is somebody who you have to be like flexible with when it comes to being more open-minded, and also just not having like a fixed image of the kind of person that you want to be with. So you may, for instance, want to be with somebody who is tall, who has dark hair, who has never been married before. Just there are so many types of criteria. Those are of course just examples, but I see here that, you know, you have to be a little bit flexible, because often we find the perfect person in the most imperfect way. And also often like we become that person where all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't want somebody with kids, now I'm the single one with kids. And I'm hoping that people can be flexible, and we can just forget about that time in my life when I was very inflexible about that. So these are all just examples. I just want you to know here that your person is all about security and is all about making you feel loved and taken care of, and they will diligently work in order to provide that. But as I said, you're going to have to give them a chance first and foremost before you can start to enjoy that and be flexible. So next up we have change. And change, one thing that I can see here is not only is your person like a change from the usual people that you would date or the usual people who you would think are attracted to you romantically, because often we also think like people who look a certain way or live a certain lifestyle may not be attracted to us if we're very different from that. So often we limit that by just like feeling as though, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this person, maybe I'm not interesting enough. But I see here that this is going to change. I see that this person that you have to be flexible with is also kind of going to test your self-confidence, because sometimes we're not as confident in love to say like, yeah, of course this athlete is gonna like me even though I don't like working out, or yeah, of course this singer is going to be into me even though I feel like they're so much more interesting than I am. Don't feel like other people don't think that you're interesting. Don't put people on a pedestal. I see here that flexibility has everything to do with the reciprocity of being flexible. So not only being flexible as in, you know, dating somebody that you usually wouldn't date, but also being flexible enough to see like, hey, I'm worthy and I'm interesting too. Just because I put somebody on a pedestal or I feel like somebody is very inspirational doesn't mean that I can't be inspirational to them as well. So see how this works both ways, group number 6. Then we have focus. So your person is trying to tell you that right now your life really requires focus from you. Your life requires you to just zoom in on the things that are important to you instead of the things that are not important to you, okay? So don't worry, don't allow anxiety to take over. Instead, try and just keep focus on your work. Try and keep focus on getting to that next step, on allowing yourself to just get closer to your goals every single day. So you have a few cards that just popped right out of your reading. We have the Page of Emotions, we have the Four of Voices, as well as the Five of Emotions. Okay, so group number 6, one thing that I can see here is that this person is somebody who has not been in many relationships. I see this in the Page of Emotions. They're most likely someone who has never been married, but who has that kind of spark for a committed relationship and most likely also starting a family. I see here in the Five of Emotions that they've been kind of like left to their own devices as a child, and one of the messages that your person has for you is just the fact that, you know, you should appreciate everything that you have had so far in your life and your childhood, because their childhood was really difficult and is something that still follows them around today and still has an impact on them today that they're working on, okay? So in the Four of Voices right up here, group number 6, one thing that I can see is that this person has this sense of who you are, okay? So in their dreams, they can kind of like picture you, they can see you. They can't tell out like crystal clear who you are, but they have a strong sense of your aura. They have a strong sense of your energetic vibration and frequency. So when you meet, they will know in the very first moment, like, this is the person that I'm meant to be with. This is the person that I'm going to marry and start a family with, okay? So they will instantly have this sixth sense about you. In the Five of Materials, I see that the biggest kind of like point of contention when it comes to you and your person is just time, okay? That is what I see in the Five of Materials. Never feeling like there's enough time, and also just always wanting, of course, to be prioritized, but sometimes being a little dramatic about being prioritized. So if you're, for instance, a water sign, or just, you know, another sign that likes attention, maybe a Leo, you know, not trying to call you out, but in the Five of Materials, I see that sometimes you want attention even when they need to work, or even when they have other commitments, and you can get a little mad when you don't get that attention. And I see here in the Five of Materials that they're trying to say to you, your person is trying to say to you, like, when we are together and I don't have time, don't take it the wrong way. I am building security for us. I'm making sure we're in a place where our earthly things are in check. That is what the Suit of Materials is about. So try to desensitize and not take it personally. Then we have the Ace of Voices. So in the Ace of Voices, I see here that communication is really going to be like where it starts, okay? So you're going to have to learn to communicate with one another in a way how you have never communicated with other people before. And I also see in the Ace of Voices that you might kind of stumble upon a lot of stubborn paths, a lot of little stubborn moments where, you know, maybe you don't want to communicate the way that works for them. Maybe you just want to say things however you feel them, even if they don't come out in the nicest way. So I see here that one of the messages from your person is to just be a little bit patient when it comes to communication. Then we have listen to your body, as well as sensitivity. So your person trying to communicate to you right now that they want you to be healthy, they want you to be fit, they need you to listen to your body. Your person is in a place where they feel as though, you know, maybe you're not taking the best care of yourself, or you're not 100% listening to your body, which they don't like. They want you to listen to your body. They want you to be in a place where you are sensitive enough to feel when something is wrong, but not in a place where you're just always overly sensitive because something is wrong, but you don't know. So what I mean by that is, for instance, when you get to know your body, when you take care of your body, you know when you eat junk food, why you don't feel good afterwards, because you ate junk food. But when you haven't taken care of your body, or you haven't put thought into what you are putting into your body, and you don't feel good, you are really sensitive to it, you don't feel good about it, but the answer is not really there as to why you feel that way in the first place. So your person wants you to take care of yourself physically, and just make sure that you're in a place that the physical kind of sensitivity is at a place where you can read it, where you know when something is wrong. Then we have commit to happiness. Okay, are you a little bit of a worrywart, group number 6? Are you somebody who sometimes sees like darker clouds rather than lighter clouds when it comes to love? Are you somebody who has been through difficult situations romantically? You have been hurt, you have been cheated on, you have been taken for granted, and now you're a little bit salty about love, or you feel as though maybe this is just what is meant to be. But I see here that your person wants you to just commit to being happy, and your person knows that committing to being happy can work wonders. Committing to just saying like, I will have an amazing relationship, I will have an amazing love life, I have an amazing love life, even if it's still under construction, even if it's still in the developing stages. Your person can tell that that will just completely change your entire vibe, as well as the entire vibe of your connection to them. Then we have grateful. So your person just wants you to show gratitude, as they know that the more gratitude you show, the more you're able to appreciate, the more you're able to just be in a better headspace. So they know that focusing on gratitude, focusing on being happy with what you have is exactly what you need to get yourself in a headspace where you are truly just like happy, okay, with or without them, whether they're with you right now or this person, your person is still on their way to you, you can be happy by yourself with more gratitude. Then we have negativity as well as hidden blessings. So your person has a last really big message for you, group number 6, and it's all about just seeing the things that you would usually count as negativity as a hidden blessing. So just think about this. When you feel very challenged by a person or a situation, instead of just only feeling the challenge and only feeling the difficulty in it, only feeling as though, wow, like how am I going to get through this? This is tough. This is hard. See the hidden blessings in it. See the fact that you're learning new things. You're finally seeing the true colors of a person who you were already doubting in the first place. You're finally like in a place where you can switch jobs, where you can switch relationships, and you don't need to put up with this ever again if you just learn from it now and cut it off now. So you can just move on in such a more like wise way and just cultivate knowledge that will help you further down the line, further in your career and your life. So just your person wants you to just see the blessings, see the lessons in negativity, see how the most difficult people in your life and difficult situations are your greatest and biggest teachers, and to feel grateful for the opportunity, to feel grateful to be able to turn your perspective into seeing the blessings, because not everybody is meant to do that, and there's a reason why you're here, group number 6. Embrace that. So leave a little blue heart emoji down below if you've made it all the way to the end of your reading, and also as a token of good luck for your connection in correlation to your person. So group number 6, I truly hope that you enjoyed this reading, that you found it insightful. If this was the very first time on my channel, make sure you subscribe right down here, as well as leave a little comment just to let me know that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings.